elephant in the room was Swalwell's dropping out of the race. We spoke to the remaining candidates to see how they think that shifts the dynamic of the race. Already there's a lot more mudslinging among the candidates. We want to know Republican Chad Bianco and Democrats Katie Porter and Tony Thurmond were not at the earlier forum.
Well, this race is wide open.
A restart, a reset, and I think this is where all of us are going to be putting our best foot forward now.
Following former California Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Eric Swalwell's campaign suspension, the remaining 9 candidates, 7 Democrats, 2 Republicans, hoping to seize the moment, some taking direct jabs at others for having quote-unquote baggage. Are you saying, Mr. Mayor, that the Democrats need to consolidate behind a candidate that doesn't have baggage?
The candidates need to consolidate around a candidate that doesn't have a scandal.
I am the only candidate in this race without significant personal baggage.
Candidates mentioning former U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary and California Attorney General Javier Becerra, who was brought up in the federal indictment of Governor Gavin Newsom's former chief of staff, not accused of wrongdoing, but unknowingly had funds from a dormant campaign account siphoned to some of his closest allies. To which he responded,
"We're still a month and a half from the election and sleaze politics doesn't have a place." That sounds more like the MAGA talking points.
And billionaire and climate activist Tom Steyer, recently in the spotlight for formerly investing into a private prison company. He responded,
"You know, my whole job on this is not to be a pundit and think about the race. My job is to do exactly what I said, which is to see as many Californians face to face, listen to their story, and make sure I'm talking about them and the issues that confront them."
On the Republican side, former Fox News host Steve Hilton says,
"We were leading the race before Eric Swalwell's decision. We were leading the race before President Trump's decision to endorse me, and I'm expecting now our lead to grow."
When asked if he fears Democrats could consolidate behind a candidate now with Swalwell's exit, Hilton remaining confident.
How is it possible, if you look at the facts of what they've done, for a Democrat to plausibly ask for 4 more years?
We're getting ready to put out our first paid ad. We're still just introducing me to the state of California. You know, my opponents have name ID.
Groups and unions that have endorsed Swalwell in the past but have withdrawn their endorsement, are you hearing from any of those organizations?
Look, we're hearing from everybody. Honestly,
including those folks?
We are hearing from everybody.
I have some fuel in my tank these days.
I've been an open book. I don't hide anything. Anybody can say that I've been in a scandal.
I think people now need to take a second look at all the candidates.
Another scandal that happened earlier on was involving former Congresswoman Katie Porter and videos that showed controversial treatment of her staffers. Both Porter and fellow Democratic candidate Tony Thurmond will be at another evening candidate forum here in Sacramento, so we are working to speak with them both on their thoughts about the new dynamics of the gubernatorial race. In Sacramento, Jenny He, News 8.